God bless.
What is going on? What is that? Get back, you Satanist. Oh, my bad. It's just a spider. All right.
Take it back, you Satanist.
You Satanist. Oh, my bad. It was just a spider.
Just a daddy long leg.
I don't know what it was. I don't know. It's on the tip of my finger, dead. I know that. Hope I don't have to pick my teeth in the next 5 minutes. I'm going to taste it. Probably tastes like almonds.
On your nose.
Yeah. All right. So we got those trees cut down. The trees have been cutted. The trees are cut. Yeah.
It's a big change. Yeah.
Oh man, it looks completely different, that spot.
Yeah.
They're big. They're probably, or they were. Oh, excuse me. They're probably for sure 65 to 80 feet for sure, somewhere in there. Both of them are. One's a little taller than the other one, but they're gone now. Oh, that's right. Now is all the other construction that's going to be done to the house, the roof and a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. All right. What are we supposed to be going over today? Yesterday it was, I didn't even upload the video. Oh, man. Shucks. That's not good. That's all right. I guess I'll have 2 videos loaded today then, I guess. Yeah, yesterday it was, did Adam blaspheme the Holy Ghost by not eating from the tree of life? And I think the answer was discovered. And then today is this talk of this third Adam, which I don't even know who brought that up. Who brought that up?
That would be a Dre thing.
Of course. Now all of a
kind
sudden.
of stemmed from something Jay White was articulating.
And neither one of them are here. Man, these guys. Neither one of them are here. These dudes. Cowards. Well. Big Net's in here. Big Net's mad at me right now. See, the Big Net calls me.
Did you call him and say goodnight again?
No, listen, he called me and he's like, hey, he's like, how much is that RV? And I was like, well, let me tell you about this one I did see. I wasn't going to give him the answer. I could tell he was mad at me. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm going to have to pick on him. So I picked on him. He got more mad. But he was like, heck yeah, bro. That's what happened, bro. He was like, bro, how much is that RV? I was like, well, let me tell you about the one I did see. Man, they got $3 million RV, bro. Nah, don't let him up. Don't let him up.
My bad.
So kick him off. Kick him off. Kick him off.
I only picked one brother. There's only one brother.
I said, heck nada, I ain't mad at you, bro.
No, I know you're not mad. I'm just being silly. I was just telling him about the conversation we're having about how expensive they freaking get. Bro, I said, hey, man, I told that dude, hey, bro, what's the most expensive one you have on the, here? He goes, oh, the most expensive we have here? Or the most expensive I've seen? Or I was like, both. He goes, oh, well, the most expensive one I've seen was like $5 million. I said, $5 million. for an RV. He goes, well, yeah, bro. He goes, he said the person made it like there was hardly it didn't look like an RV inside. It had a big jacuzzi at the end. It was like a party bus. And, I mean, I don't remember. He said everything was marble in there. And I was like, $5 million. It's like a yacht with wheels. Like, I don't know. It's too much.
Funny, I just put that in the chat. That thing better go in water and fly.
That thing better be amphibious. You hear me? If it's going to be $5 million. And I said, all right, what's the most expensive one you have here? I just wanted to see it. And he's like, oh, we got 2.5, the diamond cut molecular shoshka. But I like, bro, I don't know, $2.5 million. And I said, all right. I said, well, what's the most expensive one I can just look in today? He goes, oh, I can show you a $500,000 one right now. Man, he opened that thing up, Bubba. They had that air conditioned on Arctic breeze in there. You hear me? I was like, they make it ready for you to buy right there and then. That sucker was so cold in there. I was like, oh. He's like, oh, if they're $500,000 or more, we just leave the AC on all day. Oh, it's like, wow. I was like, well, I want to look at those way back over there. He's like, oh, yeah, no problem. I was like, let's check those out. I was like, I ain't trying to sell my house to get one. It ain't that serious. But the good thing is they do have decent ones for like $100,000. Like they got decent ones. Like they're not bad. Like I went in there and looked around. They're not bad. I don't really care for the whole bed and all that. I mean, I'm not buying it for that, but I really just want to put more chairs in there. Like it didn't look like, I don't know. I need one with a bunch of seating. That's what we need. And I sat in that front seat. And I was like, this does not feel comfortable at all. Me behind this big old thing driving. I said, man, we're going to have to get somebody to do that. And then Big Net's like, bro, get one for like 200-something thousand. I'm like, bro, if you're right here, I'll elbow you. 200,000. God, dog. It's like, what? The one you're looking at was 500,000. I wasn't going to buy that. That's way too much. $500,000. Cool. It's like, oh, but you know, big cars is his thing. He sells cars. He maintains cars. It's like, buy 250,000. 250. What? You know how many people we can feed in Kenya with all that money? You want to buy an RV. What's wrong with you? Even though it's the same thing, me wanting to buy one for 100,000, but just saying, I don't really have a good comeback. Yeah,
You could write off.
Write it off. Hey, listen, writing off is not like people think. You know, you don't just write off. You know, you don't just write off $200,000 like you ain't got. Like, you know, you still gotta spend $200,000 to get it. You know. Still got to spend $100,000 to get that sucker. You're like, oh, well, I'm going to put it on my taxes. They're going to give you $10 back on that thing. You're like, well, I wrote it off. No, not really. They made you think you did.
$10.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to buy me $100. I'm going to write it off on my taxes. And they're like, all right, you don't owe us $10. Oh. The write-off, listen, write-offs come into play when you're spending millions of dollars upon millions every year. And at the end of the year, I'm just saying, let's say that they tell you that you owe them $3 million. And then you do all your taxes. They're like, all right, 1.8. Okay, it matters then. Instead of you owing them $3 million, you owe them 1.8. But at the end of the year, right, if I owe them $20,000, and they're like, hold on, I didn't do my write-offs. Okay, 19,500. I mean, stop. I'll say $500. Listen, I know 500 is 500, but the extra $10, like, jeez.
Good morning.
Morning. What's going on?
Morning.
What about buying a used one?
I was gonna say, I know 2 people selling them. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that too.
You ever look into that?
Yeah, I looked at used ones. Them suckers are like $100,000.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're,
okay.
that's the conversation. Like even the used ones are about $100,000. Jessica Newberry's selling one, but hers is brand new. It's a 2024 thing, like $220,000. I'm like, y'all. I'm like, that's. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like paying that I don't feel like having a second mortgage on the wheels. You know.
I hear that.
Yeah. So if y'all know somebody who's selling a used one for $100,000 or somewhere around there, let me know. I'm looking. And let me tell you what's.
Inbox you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will.
Yeah. But it's got to be a Class A, guys. I want a Class A, okay? If you remember what the D-scale, like the bus I had up here the other day, that RV that was up here, the one I had wrapped, it has to be that kind. I don't like the other one. I don't look like a space shuttle. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I don't like it. I do not know why. I'm just saying. Now, if somebody donated one and goes, hey, we know you don't like this kind. We're going to donate it. Okay, well, that's different. That's different. But I'm saying if I'm gonna buy it, then then I'm gonna buy the one that I think is. I don't know. I can't explain why I don't like those other ones. They just look funny to me because they cost about the same. Oh man, what did I do? Well, if Big Net gets us a good deal on a wrap, I'll be driving that sucker to Dakota. Where you at in Dakota, Ryan?
Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls.
Yep.
You're in North Dakota?
Nope, South Dakota.
Oh, South Dakota. South Dakota. Sioux Falls. How big? What's the population there? A couple 100,000 or what?
Yeah, about 200,000.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me. That's a lot of people. It's not small. That's for sure. All right, let's see. All right, Big Mama, what's up? You got a joke for us? What's going on? No? Man, what's everybody yelling out there? Big Mama, what's up?
What's up?
What's going on? What's on your mind?
Nothing.
Nothing? Oh, come on. Come on, there ain't just space in there. You gotta be thinking about something.
No.
Nothing, not one thing. Well, all right, that's fair. Don't ask me what I'm thinking about then. You're gonna get an earful. You ain't gonna be able to sleep tonight. So neither Dre or Jay is here. Man, somebody text them cowards and tell them come on with it.
On it.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna look. I don't even know. Oh, Alex, what's up, bro?
I was gonna say I have some good news, bro.
Send it.
Yo, so basically TikTok themselves got onto me and asked me, do I want to basically work for them on the TikTok Live department?
Work for them doing what?
Running a curator network.
Oh, what? A creator network. What the heck is that?
So basically, it's got to do, because Live, it's so big on TikTok, they have their own section. So they're basically asking creator networks to elevate creators that go live and make sure. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically I'll be looking after people that go live and empowering them and elevating them. And obviously I made sure to let them know that I'm Christian based, I'm Christian led, and it's because that I'm so Christian based and Christian led. It's such a niche for them that there's really no one doing it. So that's why they kind of got onto me. And I think it's going to be very good, bro, because the things that they're going to send me and the connections I'm going to have.
Well, hold on. Let me say this. Because the phrase in America got onto me must be different than Ireland.
Go ahead. I don't know what you mean.
So in America, if I say somebody got onto me, that means I was in trouble.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, I got scouted and invited to a group chat there. And
no, so explain to me, what does got onto me mean in Ireland?
They basically called me first.
They
got onto me.
Called me first. So that's how you use
they
that.
caught on to what you're doing? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know how to explain it. They basically just reached out. That's basically what it means, to reach out to someone.
Oh.
Contacted. There you go. That's the word, Tammy. Thank you.
They hollered, Trap. They hollered.
They hollered at me. Yeah, I would have said they made contact with me, but in America, you say somebody got on me or got onto you, like you're in trouble. So I was waiting. You're like, I got good news. I was like, yeah, TikTok got onto me. I was like, I don't know how that's good news. What? I was confused. Does anybody understand what I'm saying or no?
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you?
No, bro. The whole time you said good news, I thought you were being facetious. I was like, well, I'm waiting for the bad news. They got onto you. He's like, no, it's good news. Like, oh.
TikTok. If it was the opposite of good news, I wouldn't be up here on the panel.
Probably not. Well, I don't know nothing about that. I mean, that sounds interesting. I don't know nothing about that. I know that after Descaled started for probably maybe a couple of months, 3 months, it was short. They hit me up every week. Please make contact with us. We're trying to get a hold of you. And I'm like, I don't know what they trying to get a hold of me about. I just left it alone. They still try. I don't know exactly what. I don't know what they're trying to do, but.
Well, if it's coming from TikTok themselves, I think you should look into it, bro. Because I know what you're talking about when people obviously send you comments and send you.
Yeah, no, it's TikTok. No, it's TikTok, bro. It's not a regular person. It's, yeah. Well, maybe. We'll I guess we'll use you as a guinea pig. You let us know how it works out. Let us know.
I will indeed.
So what? Okay. So now, all right. Now that I know for sure it's 100% good news, and they didn't just get onto you. So now, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
So basically just helping out with the algorithm, helping out with monetization, helping out with growth, analytics.
No, I get that, but what are you going to be doing? Exactly.
Resources, empowering people that are starting their lives, just bringing them further to global scale, making sure that they're actually reached, making sure that they're actually...
Oh, okay, making sure that they're actually reached. Okay, now how are you supposed to be doing that? Or you don't know yet?
I don't know, bro. They sent me on a rep. Some guy called Dad. He's Friday. I have a webinar with him. But the head of brand development was the person that called me, which was C. Marshall in London. But basically, yeah, the whole thing was I wanted to make sure that Christian content works with them, and obviously they have no problem with it. But they just don't have that many people that do it, that are Christian-led, like based.
Ah, okay.
So it's kind of a niche for them. Yeah,
I see that. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If they start persecuting you, you don't know me, okay?
But don't worry. The three crows will cry.
Bro.
Hey, you know how hard it was for me to keep a straight face. I was waiting for him to. What did he? Matter of fact, if they persecute you, you say, hey, You might want to persecute this guy right here. Hey, just point right at me, Bubba. Don't worry about it.
He's the big guy. He's the big.
He's the big. Oh yeah, yeah.
He's the big fish.
He's the rabbi. Hey, why me? Hey, not me.
The leader.
The leader. Yeah, use that word. Hey, the one in charge. He's the one in charge. Hey, he told me it was okay. There you go. That's all you gotta do. That's it. That was it. He's the leader.
Trod, you see Jordan's comment? Because he did do that today.
I said, you got a problem with me. He stayed muted after that. Who stayed muted? Who's he talking about?
The guy's name is like Heart After God or something like that.
No, Christian, do me a favor. I don't have to know who the actual person is. You could have just said someone on TikTok. That's my fault. Please, I don't care. I don't care who they are. And because when you do that, there may be somebody on here that either likes the person or very much dislikes them. And then now that they know who you're talking about, it's going to be an issue. So, you know, I don't care. Look, you've been hanging out around me long enough on TikTok. You'll know deep down, I don't go looking for problems with people. I don't go looking for them. They always come over here. I don't go to other people's pages and try to bully or make someone feel stupid or any of that. They come over here and they make themselves look stupid. That's usually what happens. Like it's the other way around. It's not me. But anyway, so he was on a live this morning and what?
On a live this morning. And some dude said that you force us to put the trees in our names, the palm trees. Because the dude was like, why the palm trees?
Hold on a
another
second.
Dude.
Oh, man, it's... Do you know, No? Can you go get my wallet out of my truck?
I gotta go.
I know. Well, I need that so I can give you the right... All right, I'm sorry, Christian. Start over. My bad.
We were on a live talking about just spiritual and body, just general discipleship stuff. Guy comes up, and the host asked us, "What's with the palm trees?" Right?
Okay.
And so Jordan also comes up, so that's why he asked, and also that one guy was there too as well. And he also has a palm tree. So they're like, what's up with the palm trees? So guy comes up and says, oh yeah, they follow a certain guy on TikTok. He asks them to put the tree in their names and they follow him.
I never asked anybody. I don't know how that even started. I don't know how. So when Dre made, he asks them to put hold on a second.
And trust me, hold on. Like, he's all right.
Hold on, baby.
That's right. I've seen someone using the palm trees too, and they have nothing to do with descale.
Well, they probably read the Bible then.
There's a couple of people that use palm trees just because it's tropical. Like,
yeah,
literally.
But this guy is a Christian. Like, he has his ministry. He has a ministry. And his literal profile picture is a palm tree.
Well, I wonder where he's located.
He's in America.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, like, if he's in, like, Florida or California, it's like people from these areas do use palm trees in their names. Like, if he didn't understand it and he's in the ministry, then maybe he did it because of his location, is what I'm saying. No? Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, it's certainly possible.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, anyway, what now? Where are we at?
No, Trump, just let you know. Sorry, Chris.
We're just saying. Yeah, no, I'm about to finish. So we were just saying that, they asked that. So Jordan very quickly spoke up and said, look, that's not cool. You got a problem with him. You got a problem with me. And I was telling them that, like, And and then I said that you have never, not once, asked or told anyone to put a tree in any username.
No, bro. Look. Just from me watching, right? Because Dre, when he was setting up the whole like TikTok thing, and he was doing that, he put the palm trees in the name because that's the logo of the show, bro. That's it. And I don't know who the first person was, but somebody happened to notice, I guess, the palm trees in the name descaled, and people just started putting them in. It's kind of like, it's like anything else, man. If you go like, it'd be no different than going to the store and buying a Nike shirt. Like, oh, the Nike check. Watch out for the Nike check. Hey, why do you have a Nike check on your shirt? Well, there's a brand. It's called Nike. And they got merch. I bought a shirt. So it's like a bumper sticker, bro. It'd be like having bumper stickers and everybody gets one and puts it on their car, bro. It's just talking about the logo of what that is. That's it. I'm non-denominational. I don't have a denomination. This is not a denomination. Descaled is not a church. It's the name of a show. That's it. That's all it is. So it's weird to me how people, if I went to their house, I could find a brand in their house. They would have a brand. And I'm going to say, hey, you need to stop following that brand. That's how stupid this is. Like, makes no sense. Like, do you have...
I'm okay. Thank you, though. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
For the record, I'm very proud to have the privilege of understanding what the palm tree means, and I am more than willing, out of my own free will, to put it on my name because of what it stands for. And I hope all the Shadow Watchers can listen to that.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't even realize it till about a month or two ago. I just didn't pay attention. We were on somebody's live. It wasn't very long ago. And they were like, the palm tree, explain the palm tree and this and that. Well, I wasn't on the Descaled account. I was on my account. And someone goes, look, he doesn't even have palm trees in his name. And I was like, oh, I don't. So my Trot account doesn't even have palm trees, bro. It's never had them. I never even thought to put them on there. So, I don't know. It's just really weird. Yeah. But, yeah. So after Jordan told him that, what'd they say? Just curious.
They hit the mute button and never came back off.
Yeah, bro. He stayed muted. So he basically, he's like, oh, yeah, they follow Trot, and he told them to do that, and that's who they follow. And I said real quick, I was like, okay, hold on. Number one, we don't follow Trot. He didn't tell us to put these on here. And I was like, and number three, has anyone ever told you something that is from the Spirit and you received it? And they were like, oh, yeah, well, yeah. I was like, okay, then. So if Trot teaches something and it's from the Spirit, is that wrong? And then I just started saying, bro, you can't, you guys are hating people, and you think it's okay to do that. Like, this is nonsense. This is childish. We need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't come off mute after that. He stayed up, but he didn't come off mute.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's an ugly place to be in when you have to like correct somebody like that, right? Because he tells people to put, and you got people there like, wait a minute, he doesn't tell anybody. Like literally just which that right there shows you what a lot of these people on TikTok are doing. Oh, he tells people to do that. They follow him. They don't follow God. Bro, all these people created this monster. There's a lot of them. They all did it. They all feed off each other. And then when someone comes up and goes, wait a minute, he don't tell people to do that. Oh, well, so-and-so said that. Nah. Y'all are all saying it. Don't point the finger. Don't point the finger. That's what they do. They point the finger like, oh, it wasn't me. It was so-and-so told me that. Oh, who told you that? Oh, well, so-and-so. Man, stop. If you don't know,
you come out and say, why are you following them then?
They're right. So why are you following a liar? Why? I'm not following them, man. Stop it.
Yeah, and I was like, Trot's a disciple. Is there a problem listening to someone who has something in the spirit and they can teach you? Like, is that a problem? Crazy, man.
No, it is. It is.
For many, because they're puffed up full of pride. So it is a problem for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. 100%. Yeah. Most people, if you pay attention to a lot of people, even people who argue, and they say that they're conducting apologetics, they've read a lot of stuff and it's just memorized. That's it. So if you were to say, Jesus had 11 disciples. No, he didn't. He had 12. I could prove it. And they'll go in the Bible and they'll be like, look, there's 12. But they're remembering what they read. But they look like they're smart. But an atheist remembers what they read too. Right? So what are you doing that's different than just using your carnal brain? A lot of them not doing anything different. It's just to see who can remember more stuff. Like for instance, if you had Google or Chat GPT in your head, wouldn't you seem like you're real smart? Right? If you came on one of these arguing lives or whatever, right? And you had any book of someone that wrote a book about all the denominations, all the satanic, you had everything memorized, everybody would believe that you're smart. But let me ask you, what did you actually learn? Think about it.
You didn't learn anything.
You didn't learn nothing. You just have everything that what people have said. Even the Bible, you can have that memorized. Okay, but is it rooted? Is it rooted in you? You have a lot of head knowledge, and this is what happens on these lives. Somebody will say, "Oh no, so and so who actually wrote the book of John? It doesn't say John. Who wrote this and who did that?" And they're like, "Where'd you get this from?" Say, "Oh well, so and so wrote a book, titled Who Actually Wrote the Gospels." So then Islamic believer gets a hold of it. Oh, well, y'all think that they wrote it. They didn't read it. So then somebody else writes a book, The Lie of the Catholic Church. And, and it's all true, right? Again, I'm not saying the Catholic Church are full of lies. I'm saying somebody writes a book and it says the Catholic Church lied about this. They lied about that. So then you go learn that. And then now you're talking to a Catholic and you're like, hold on. No, that's a lie. That never happened. Pay attention to what they're arguing about. Like, what are y'all arguing about? Oh, well, y'all said y'all made this. What I'm saying is none of it. 90% of it is not revelation. It's not revelation, bro. It's history. That's all it is. They argue history. 90% of it is just arguing history. So if you want to go learn history, I don't think anything's wrong with it, but you'd be better off making disciples than going and learn how to refute what someone is saying. You can get fueled. That can end up being what fuels you. Not Jesus, not his love, just refuting, because everybody's a liar. And I'm going to refute this one, I'm refuting. Then before you know it, somebody's going to beat you. You're not going to win every time. Somebody's going to beat you. And then now somebody did beat you. Now, next time you try to argue someone, they're going to bring up that person that beat you. Ha ha. Just like POQR, whatever the person's name. I don't know. Boo Boo Juju smashed you. You got smoked last week. Shut up. What? They don't even got to refute you no more. They just brought up so-and-so refuted you. And if you keep coming around, they're going to go get that person. It's the dumbest thing, bro. It's the dumbest thing.
Or better yet, it's if someone takes all the books authored about the Antichrist, which has a bunch of scriptures in there, and they memorize that, and they're all wrong.
They memorize all the scriptures. They got all the scripture, and they sound so smart. They're like, oh, Daniel chapter, verse this. Hold on, Revelations. Like, bro, you just memorized the Bible. You just know someone wrote a book about what the Antichrist is going to do. You got all the Antichrist stuff on the page, and then you repeat all of it for so long. How can you miss a scripture at that point? You got them all memorized. You done repeated it 1,000 times in a month. The second month, you don't even have to look at the book no more. Oh, no. Chapter, Daniel, chapter, verse, Revelation. Hold on, let's go to Ezekiel. And you're like, you ain't teaching nobody nothing, bro. Anybody can pick up the Bible and read the black letters on the white page. And you're just taking all that. It's like Trump. Yeah, well, a few years ago, it was Barack Obama. On and on. Same junk. Nobody learning nothing, bro. Nobody learning nothing except for some history, which is better than nothing, though. So, don't get me wrong. I don't see anything wrong with learning the history. But I think the motive a lot of the times is what's wrong. The motive, right? I'm going to learn this history. Why? Because I don't like this Catholic, or I don't like this, or the Catholics. I don't like this Protestant. I'm just saying the motive. And I'm telling you, it can make you cringe. You can start hating someone, and you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. The Bible says we're not supposed to. But if you're not careful, what did I do? If you're not careful, you will. You'd be like Big Net telling me to buy a $200,000. I have to sell my house. Buy a $200,000 or $250,000 RV, man. Crazy dude over here. See what your friends are not supposed to make you spend more money, bro. Oh, he ain't even up here no more. My bad. Jay, what's up? I knew you were hiding. I knew you can't hide long from D-Scale, Jay. We're gonna come find you.
What's up, everybody? I'm late today, though.
Hey, are you at work?
No, not right now. Hopefully, I don't have to go in, but not right now. No, I'm not at work.
Yeah. Look at this. Listen to this. I don't know how much money you got. That doesn't mean you make somebody spend all of it so you can find out, oh, he's broke now. Okay, let me see. So I got him to buy this. I got him to buy, okay, so he had this much. Well, I don't want to talk about what I used to have. Dog, this dude, man. I mean, that's why you buy a little bit here, a little bit there, bro. Look, if I had $10 to my name for a whole month, Bubba, I'm buying ramen noodles. That's what I'm buying. I'm not going to go buy a double meat cheeseburger meal, spend my whole $10 to $12 on one meal. I'm eating beans. You hear me? Hey, I'm going to buy me a jar of peanut butter and take one bite every 6 hours.
Try it.
Go buy a creek, go fishing, and then cook some fish.
That's it. I'm going to invite a whole group out of people and say, hey, look, all the fish is over there. When they come back, I'm going to say, now let's eat of the fish that you caught. Just saying.
I'm gonna ask you to spend more money and you buy that RV and you wrap it in the logo and then you take this thing on the road.
Well, all that's my idea. But Big Net's like, hey, all that's great and all. Let's do it with the $300,000 RV. God, I mean, God, dog. It's great spending everybody else's money. Man, I'm telling you. I'll tell you, it was a decent feeling, though. It was an awesome feeling. Man. Hold on. Man, there's definitely something in there. Anyway, it was definitely an awesome feeling when yesterday, the old heifer was like, she's like, hey, you want to go look at RVs? I was like, do what? What'd you say? She's like, I saw that video you made. You want to go look at RVs? And I didn't even say a word. I went like this. She's like, okay, well, they got a place right over here. And I was like, say what? I was almost going to talk to her in high pitch, like the whole time. So I was thinking maybe, we go to a gas station, get a Slurpee, maybe the whole way. I was going to talk like that the whole time, it's kind of like, I don't know what it was. Some stupid cartoon. It might have been Family Guy. One of them. I think it was Stewie, the football head little kid. Y'all ever seen that show? It's a stupid show. He's like,
bro, you just sound like the little shrimp from Shark Tale, bro.
Oh, is that what he sound? Oh,
I have a little. Yeah, he's like, I have a little nephew, and he's got a little fence, and I have to hold him and feed him.
Okay, I thought it was. Hold on, no, okay, that's probably in there too. But the little football head, family. What's that dude? Peter Griffin. He's like, he talks like.
Football head is Hey Arnold.
Huh?
Yeah, but Stewie also has a football
head.
Yeah, he's got like a football head, right? 100%. Oh, Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold does have a football head. But anyway, Stewie, I don't know what they were talking about. And so I'm obviously going to mess it up, but I think he's talking to Brian and he's like, hey, Brian, so I was thinking about maybe going to get some breakfast and get some pancakes. And then like seconds later, just, get in there and get some mashed potatoes and the pancakes. And,
he keeps getting,
he keeps getting higher and higher. Yes. Bro, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. When she's like, hey, you want to go look at him? I was like, so, maybe we can drive down the road and look at some RVs. Once we get in there, could probably go get a Slurpee. I swear I was going to do it, but I know I'd have made her mad, bro. Hey, I think by now y'all know when I start playing, run for the hills. You are my next target. You're it. It is on. And when I'm
just jumping out the car at that point.
Just get out. Just say, hey, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I got a buddy. He's a police officer not far from us. And bro, we've known each other for a long time. Let me see. How long we know each other now? Almost 20 years. Let me see. Hold on. More than 15. I know that. We've known each other for a minute. And he's like, hey, can I ask you something? And can you, he's like, can I ask you something? And like, maybe you just give me the answer. And I go, probably not. I said, probably not, bro. And he's like,
that's no lie.
Yeah, he's like, bro.
Truth.
That's how you know a person knows you too, Troc, because they're going to specifically say, hey, can you just give me the answer?
Can you just give me the answer? I go, probably not. And I've taught him everything he knows. So he knows that when I'm teaching something, if you're the smartest one in the class of 50, you're going to hate my class because everybody's going to get it. And if you don't like it, get out. Period. That's how I run anything I've ever taught in my life. And the proof is in the pudding. If somebody really wants to learn something, they'll stay and they won't complain. So you can take the murmurings and the complaints. Matter of fact, if you're the C will not be here any longer. You can just go over there.
So this is Samuel with American First Advantage. I'm just calling to let.
Okay.
Said the sea is not here anymore.
Oh no, I get rid of the sea. The boistering winds and the murmurings, they go bye-bye. I've got time for it. Matter of fact, I was going to look up how much it costs to wrap one of them things. Let's see. Cost of wrap for a 36-foot. Let's see, 36-foot.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say these 36-inch pythons.
36, man. I think the biggest mine were ever might have been 19, maybe, bro. 18 for sure. My goal was to try to get 18s because Arnold said you want to have at least 18 if you want to look nice. And of course, I was like,
it'll be 19 if I give it a.
Yeah, no. After you work out and you get the pump, once you get the pump, you just look at it real hard, and be serious and be like, and you might get quarter inch more, maybe, it just depends. But yeah, let's see. A full wrap 36-foot RV can cost anywhere between $5 to $10 grand. Nope, $5 to $12 grand. Depending on the complexity of the design, materials used, partial wraps. Oh no, it's going to be a full wrap. Full wrap. So definitely we're looking at $5 grand. Well, I'm sure that's probably I don't want to say the high end, but more than likely it will be. But there's a couple of people I'm actually going to call. I'm going to get a few quotes. Ryan said he knows a guy. Let's see.
Look at the shadow watcher, Jesus plus nothing, dude, coming out from the shadows, gifting you some corn.
Oh man,
amazing!
It's corn.
Look at this dude. He accidentally clicked in. He's like, now I got to show appreciation.
He's like, God, now they know I'm here, man. Bruh. So here's one right here. They'll do it a full wrap for $3,500. So you can get it done for $3,500. So I'm guessing.
Yo, Trot.
Yeah.
Sorry about interrupting Christian earlier. All I wanted to say was the woman Big Mama that was up on the panel, that was Mick. Just to let you know.
That was who?
I'm going to hop down as well if someone else.
That was who?
Mick's wife.
Oh, why didn't she say so?
Mick. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Came up on accident.
Oh.
Must have been. But yeah.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to hop down anyway. I'm going to be
Yeah.
listening, but God bless you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
God bless.
Yeah.
Hebrews wants to know if you're going to include the palm tree on the wrap, Trot.
The palm tree, bro. The logo's going to be on there. The logo. There's a palm tree in the logo. So, of course, there's going to be a palm tree on there. It's in the logo. Who asked that?
Hebrews 4:12.
Really, Hebrews? Really, bro? Oh, man. I swear, I'm going to kick you out of Discord and TikTok, bro. Bro, the freaking palm trees in the logo, bro. You know what? Hey, stay right there so I can show you. This is just a prototype. There, look. All right, now if you said you didn't see that, you a liar. You a liar.
To be fair, Trot, to be fair, the palm trees are kind of cut off in that detail.
Bro, did anybody hear me say it's just a prototype? Did anybody hear me say that? I mean, bro, killing me, Smalls.
I'm just sticking up for him.
Oh my God! No, don't stick up for Hebrews, bro.
Like, I know what it's like to be bullied.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Is that what we're doing? Man, hold on. Let me give extra grace where grace is deserved. Just got to give a little grace. I need it. He needs it. We all say Trot is just not a grace-giving guy. We just need more grace here. Lord have mercy. I need that little violin that what's that saying? Oh, I need that little violin that Jordan has just for Christian. Matter of fact, I'm gonna paint it pink and put like a Care Bear rainbow on it. And hey, it's gonna have two sides. One of them's gonna do the Care Bear stare, and then right after that, it's gonna be that little violin noise. Just for him. Just for him. Troy the man, thank you, sir. Oh man, I missed your thing. Hold up. See? There it is. Bam. Oh, crud. Oh. That's so crappy, dude. I'm getting laughed at by this meme dog. It's like, you took too long to reply. Little cheese.
Hey.
What?
Hey, Trot. Yeah. That was my better half that jumped up there. I think she actually did it by accident, and she's like, "What should I do? What should I do?" And I'm like, I said, just ask him about Revelations, and he'll kick you right off.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to be there long? Ask him about Revelation. Yeah. No, I was like, what's up? What's on your mind? She's like, nothing. I was like, nothing? I was like, oh, come on. Something's surely in there. I was like, don't ask me what's in my mind. You won't be able to fall asleep.
Hey, that's like that one meme. What are you doing? Who, me? Nothing.
Yeah.
Hanging around.
Yeah. Who, me? Nothing.
Hanging around.
No, but she listens too, man. We were in just separate rooms, so God bless.
Yeah. I wish you would have told me that. You know how sometimes if people don't react to me properly, I kick them out. She would have hated me for life. She'd been like Benny's wife. Boy, Benny's wife would tell all the time, I can't stand him.
Yeah, I was like, hey, before you say anything, just run it by me first, please. Please.
He's like, I like him. I don't want to end up hating him. Please. Oh man, no, I'm just, hey, you either love me or hate me. It's one or the other. It's all.
Yeah, and now she's like, oh yeah, that's just how he is. Oh yeah, I like him now.
Oh man, Benny's reaction.
Trot's like, stop embarrassing me in front of my friends.
Yeah, stop embarrassing me in front of my friend. What's wrong with you? Shoot. Yeah. Yeah, well, when you know how to be assertive, okay, not aggressive. Any moron can be aggressive, but when you know how to be assertive, you have people that like to take advantage of people. So when you know how to be assertive, those people will not like you. People who like to take advantage of other people, they don't like assertive people. They don't. They like passive. People who are naturally aggressive, they like to hang out with passive people. So they can tell them what to do, run their life. And people who are passive like hanging out with people who are aggressive because they think they're saving them. So they both think that they're doing something. But when you get two assertive people, oh, man, they'd be the best friends because they understand assertiveness. They know the other person's not being aggressive. They already know because they understand it, right? But you get a group of people that are all assertive, oh my God, be the best group. Be the best group. 100% respect. There'll always be respect. You understand what the difference between assertive and aggressive. So when someone's being assertive, you don't think they're being aggressive. You're not mad at them, But if you got a whole group of like passive people, woo, it'll look like California. That wasn't going to look like California. Because people who are very passive, they let people run over them. Continuously, and then finally they go, I can't take anymore, and they become super sane. Kamiyama, however you say that, and they just freak out. They are the rest of their life. They freak out. They are tired. They think everybody's running over me, and they become aggressive. They become lunatics. They burn their cars down in the middle of the street. You are going to hear me. No. And then they see law enforcement as aggressive. Not assertive. And so because in their head, law enforcement is aggressive, call me out. Everybody unalived. They want everybody unalived. And you'll know it. You know when they hit their wall because they don't even want to look like they're humans anymore. They don't even want to look like a human. You just look at it. Nobody's hair naturally grows in pink and green. Nobody. So they make their hair pink and green. They don't even want to look like human. They think that these natural rules are a lie. They're like, no, there is no such thing as brown, black, blonde, white. No such thing as those colors. Those are lies. Green, red, purple, orange. Done lost their freaking mind. They done lost their mind. I'm not talking about someone who knows how to be assertive. They're never aggressive. They don't go burning buildings and cars down, and they color their hair green, purple, black, whatever, opposite of what their natural hair color is, because they're a character in a play, or it's Halloween and they want to look crazy or something, or they're an artist and they're trying to conduct some sort of art. Notice the motive. The people I'm talking about, they done lost their mind. Yeah, bro, play that. Play that for me one time.
You're saying there's a market in selling these in California, probably?
No. No. In Texas.
Buy this up?
In Texas, there's a market.
Oh, in Texas?
Yeah. We'll play it for them. Yeah. Yeah, but you just know that they went from passive. Now, I hate to say it, but a lot of people in California, they were taken advantage of by each other, and everybody else becomes their enemy, right? Notice this. Does anybody in California live next to someone in Texas? Huh? Does anybody in California live next door to someone that lives in Texas? Guys? No. So what are they upset about? You don't live by me. Like, what's making you upset? Right?
Our existence.
If I live way over here and you live way over there, how do you hate me? I don't even live next door to you. You see?
It's crazy.
No,
it's crazy.
Nina better run, though, because she got pink hair, I guess.
I'm telling you, but listen, I was about to type it all in. Now you called me out. I'm a hairstylist. I need to advertise.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
I do. Yes, I stay with magenta and violet hair.
Yeah, okay, but again, that's art. That's art. People are gonna. You're a walking billboard. Like, hey, who dyed your hair? I dyed my own. You dye hair, girl? girl, let me take her. Yeah, girl. You get your hair done?
You do yours too,
Come
girl.
on,
Yeah.
He's like, so
Can I hear that one more
you're
time,
saying
Sean?
you can
Can I
dye
hear
hair
that?
real good? Do what?
The whole Stewie comes out.
Yeah, out of nowhere. He's like, you dye hair. So maybe you're thinking about getting your hair dyed?
You wanted that too?
Going first, let your hair down my ear.
Look, I can't even talk as high pitched as you guys.
It's like,
That movie White Chicks, how they was talking. That movie is classic.
well, they do that in White Chicks?
Yeah.
The way the Wayne brothers was talking as females, oh my God, it's so silly.
I ain't seen that movie in a long time. That was kind of my favorite part. I'm not
That's
gonna
a
lie.
funny movie, bro.
My favorite part in that movie, hands down. Matter of fact, it's one of my favorite parts of just about any movie. Just about. It literally made me bust out laughing when that
Let me
dude.
guess.
What? No.
The way she was eating at the table.
Nah, heck no. That ain't come close. Nah. What's the name of the black guy that likes one of those white chicks?
I think it was
Terry
Terrell.
Crews.
Terry what?
Terry Crews.
His last name's Crews?
I think it's Crews. I think it's
100%.
not Terry Crews.
Yeah, Terry. Yeah,
Yes,
I think it
Terry
is
Crews.
Terry. He used to be a football player, right?
I don't know if he used to be a football player, but
Yes.
he had
He
was in
got
the
a
longest
background in
yard.
football. Yep, he does.
Oh yeah, well I
Yeah.
know his name Terry Crews.
All right. Well,
Yep.
Terry, when he starts singing that song in that car, bro.
Making my way downtown.
Yes,
Talking
yeah.
fast, faces fast. And I'm homebound.
Bro, he played. Bro, I don't care what anybody says, because to me that song is the dumbest freaking song in the world. And out of all the songs that he could have like got girly or like, I don't know, what do you call what he's doing? He's trying to
That's
serenade.
your white girl song 101.
Oh, okay. Okay, bro. When he did that and he started doing his head, bro, I don't care who you are. That was funny, bro. Period. And he's a big dude. It's not no little dude, man.
He is.
He's
He
a
is
big dude. And
He's hilarious, though.
oh, he's freaking
What
funny,
lives in
dude.
my head is when he was like, "Excuse me, did anybody tell you this was an all-white party?" Oh my God,
Yeah.
that lives free in my head. I'll tell you.
Let me see what that is.
Did y'all already talk about the angels?
No, why do you
Well,
think
I mean, the
I texted
last-
you? Why do you think I texted you?
Well, I was busy.
Okay. Oh, no, you're here.
Yeah. Making what does the song say? Making my way what?
Making my way downtown.
Downtown, walking fast.
Walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound.
Wake. Hold on. So it's making my way downtown, walking fast. What is she walking fast for? Like to get to the shopping center or what?
Trying to go home.
Oh, trying to get home. I thought she was going shopping.
Because she a white
She says
lady,
she's
she's
homebound.
downtown, so she's scared of being in downtown, so she walking fast.
Oh, Lord.
Bro.
Oh, okay. Whatever. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Where's Dre, man? Dre, I know you hear me. Quit shadow watching. Come in
He was
here.
in a debate. He was in a debate a minute ago. When I
Oh, well,
got in here, bro.
never mind. That's all you got to say. Shh, Dre, oh my Lord. All right, so Jay White, let's see. No, it wasn't Jay White. It was, oh no, I got Dre's name right here. So Dre wanted to talk about the third Adam, but Jay, you wanted to, I got your name right here too. You wanted to talk about third Adam too?
No, I was saying I ain't never heard of that. I just heard of the first and the last, so I was really interested in hearing what y'all was gonna say on this third Adam. 'Cause I never heard of a third Adam.
He's not even here.
Someone else had a question in the comments. I don't even know if they're still here anymore.
What was the question? If you had a question in comments, can you please put some question marks? Just put question marks in the comments. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, if you're still here.
Oh, well, Lord, y'all should have stopped. Guys, y'all know I'm not going to stop. Y'all should have stopped me and said somebody's got a question.
No, I didn't want to hear you say, no, hold on. Let me finish this.
So, somebody got a question for OD Scout? You wanna talk about the palm trees?
Her question was just, what do the palm trees mean? That was her question.
God, that's what I just said. So, you think God is a palm tree? So you worship trees?
Her question was that if you scroll back in the comments, a couple people asked her, "What's the question?"
Yeah,
and she said,
That's
she said she was going to know what do the palm trees mean.
What's up with the palm?
So with the palm trees. Well, if you're still here, just say, "Hey, I'm right here." So can I borrow $20 for the bar? Oh, Rob said, "Hey, I'm back. You're back? Back from where?" Oh man, I wish I had a song that was I'm back. Oh, I got a song in my head. Hey, I'm back again. Who is that? Is that Backstreet's back? Backstreet, I'm back. Ain't that Backstreet Boys? I'm back again. No?
It is.
Yeah, Backstreet's. Oh, Backstreet's back. What does it say? Backstreet's back.
All right.
Is it all right? Oh, is that what they say? All right.
Christian had no enthusiasm. He's like, all right.
Oh. Rob, okay. It said, Robster's back. All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Rob, you're back from what? I don't remember you. Who's Rob? Anybody know Rob?
I'm done. I'm done for the day.
I said it right? Ain't that how the song goes?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I got that bad boy. I want to hear no mess.
Nailed it. Yep.
I nailed it. That's right. I'm about to make a song. All right, let's see. I had a couple of questions. Yeah, people come up with questions all the time. All right, Rob, are you a Christian? Rob, let me say this. You said you're back, so you've been here before. And I ain't never seen you on a panel, so it must not have been a good conversation, bro. It's probably going to happen the same way, Rob. Get your notepad out. Get your notepad out. You probably know you should have. Yesterday? What the heck? What question did you ask?
He's in the comments yesterday.
What question did he ask?
He was too afraid to type it fully.
Oh,
like,
he was the one. Oh, Rob, hold on a second. Rob, you were the guy that was too scared to put your question in. Oh, hold on. Did you even put your question in the comment? Because maybe I didn't see it. I don't want to. What's your question, Rob? What's your question? It's a lot to type. Mute, kick me out. I don't see why I can't just come. Oh, you're that guy? Oh, Rob, I don't know if you're stupid, slow learner, or a troll. You're one of them, Rob. So you're either an idiot, a troll, which means you're just trolling. Which one is it, bro? You trolling or you stupid? Like, which one is it? I got to know because now I remember. Now I remember the conversation. So it's not going to change, bro. Either put your question in the comment or have a good day. Afraid. There's always a joker, man. Hey, every week we get a new one. It never fails. Every week. It's like someone coming up to my house and said, "Hey, bro, check it out. You got some water?" "Yeah." "Okay, well, give it here." "Nah." "Well, you scared to help? You scared to help somebody out? You don't want to help nobody?" Bro. First of all, in order to get to my house, you passed 1,000. Why'd you choose my house to ask me for water? Get out of here. Get the heck out of here, bro. Can you just yeah, you're. I don't know. Every week we get one of y'all in here. Y'all are liars. Y'all don't come in here to learn. You don't come in here. You come in here to debate, bro. Every week, Rob Stir. Every week, one of you goofballs come in here to argue. Listen, man. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it because you're not gonna get it. No. Okay, if you want to learn, then just sit tight and just listen, Rob. If you want to learn, just sit tight and listen. That's all you got to do. Right? But every week there's a new one. There's so many of them, I forget their names. I forget your picture. You know, you just want to argue. You're like, well, I don't agree with you. You know, if I really took the time with everybody that disagreed, y'all would have palm trees in your name by the end of the week. You know? Opening dialogue.
Start somewhere, Rob. Just start somewhere. You got to know how to at least just start somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Rob, I don't think you understand. Your much convincing is not going to work. Okay? So just hang tight. Listen up. All right. Let's see. Dre's not going to come because Dre's probably running at a Catholic with his Bible and pitchfork and a fire in his hand, his other hand. All right, let's see. Kenny, homeboy. All right. All right, so he's been debating all morning. Dre's not D-scaled certified today, bro.
What's up, fam?
What's going on, man? What's up, bro?
Not much. I've been dodging TikTok for a while.
He said I've been dodging.
Yeah.
What do you mean you've been dodging it, bro?
Man, it gets too addicting, and I hear the same old things on the same old chats, and some of it started to get on my nerves, so I had to cut it out.
I can promise you this: it don't get better. Let me just say this: it don't get better, bro. It gets worse because it doesn't stay the same. And they just get more mad at each other. And then they say, I'm sorry, I said that. Look, it's stuff that everybody should have learned in a freaking playpen, but they didn't play with enough kids or something. And they can say they did. If you would have played in the sandbox for at least a little bit, you wouldn't be apologizing so much to everybody. All this, I'm sorry. And you're like, dang, what'd you do? Well, I called him a heretic. Like, I don't think you realize, I would rather somebody use regular vulgarities and cuss me out than call me a heretic. You might as well say every cuss word in English. Why would you even say? What would cause you to say such a thing?
They get in their pride.
All right. So
feelings and emotions.
Right.
So.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not going to change. It's going to be the same people. Instead of them learning how to harness their emotions, they don't want to learn how to do that. They want you to harness yours. They don't want to harness theirs.
And plus, they go over the same topics all the time, and they continue to, go back and forth with each other about something that's so easy. You know what I mean? I mean, there's things that they talk about and they repeat it, right?
Yeah.
The first time they talk about, they come to a conclusion about it. Then they bring up the topic again. The next thing you know, they're going back and forth again about the same topic, and it just doesn't make sense. It's like they're stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Trust me, when I first got on TikTok, I didn't know what to do. Bro, this is my first time on here. Okay? So I got on here and I just listened. I went to everybody's live that claimed they got something to give. I'm like, okay. And I went, and for months, I really didn't say nothing for a few months, probably 2 or 3. And I would probably make a comment. They'd ask me to come up. I might say one sentence if they ask, hey, what do you think? I kind of think that. Well, okay. And that's it. I'd leave it. And after, I don't know exactly, it might have been after 3 months or something, is when I started slowly actually saying some things that really the Bible does say. But rarely did you see me arguing or debating, and if it did happen, it was because someone saw me in a live and they come up there to corner me. I got you now, bro. It was the funniest thing. They're like, hey, bro, debate me here right now in front of everybody. And I was like, and if I don't? Oh, well, then you're scared. I was like, hey, bro. I used the same tactic.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hey, I would tell them I used it.
I do
Listen.
the same thing.
No, listen. I would tell them, hey, I used that tactic when I was 12. Like if I didn't like somebody and let's just say we're playing football outside, okay? And let's say they did better than me in football. I don't care if my team won or not. If they did better than me, then 11, 12-year-olds, when they're mad, sometimes they can be a bit mouthy. And I was like, hey, you did better than I did, but we won. I'm telling them, right? We won. Well, so I did better than you. Oh, well, we won. But you notice it wasn't enough for me to win. I wanted to do better, and I wanted them to know I did better. 11, okay? Understand. Hold on, Kenny. Hold on. Let me finish because it gets better, bro. And they do this. These are adults, and they do this today, okay? So that's why I tell people all the time, listen, if your kids didn't play in a playground or like a sandbox, put them in sports so they can learn this when they're 12, okay? Because I get sick and tired of seeing adults literally acting like I used to act when I was 12 years old, okay? So I would say, well, I did better there. And I'm really just trying to get them to challenge me in something so I can beat them at something, right? And they're like, okay, well, what about the monkey bars? Or what about, oh, they're out of there. They're bro, because I already know what I'm doing. I want you to challenge me, and you're going down. It don't matter. I don't care what it is. So he's like, what about the monkey bar? I'm like, let's go. And I tear him up. Brrr. And I'm like, what else? Okay, what about that? But I already knew that I was going to beat him and all these things. I already knew. That was the whole point. You understand? So this is what happens on TikTok. I used to come up on the live. This is the first few months that I was on TikTok, but I would show up on people's lives if somebody would come in there, because what happened is somebody went bragging about Trot and they can't stand it. Trot's not God, right? This ridiculous crap, So they come in the live, hey, I heard you say this, and that's wrong. And I'm like, oh, here we go. He's acting like I used to act when I was 12. The only difference is, spiritually, most of them don't see nothing. So what they're wanting to argue about is black letters on a white page. But that's not the only thing that's there, right? So they think, well, I'm going to win, and you're scared if you run. Bro, that never worked on me when I was a kid. You think it's going to work on me as an adult? It didn't work on me when I was a kid. I was smarter than that way back then. I was smarter than these adults when I was 12. So they think you're running. Listen, after about a year is when I had to come to this very heartbreaking conclusion. There's not a whole lot of actual adults on TikTok, okay? I don't know how else to say it, but you have to figure out who they are and who they're not, okay? And the truth is, there's just not a whole bunch of them. I'm not talking about perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect person, okay? But you can tell when you're talking to someone that's actually mature, not someone who knows how to just be mature when they're around friends. When you're being mature because you're around friends, that just means you just know how to be mature around your friends. But when it comes to anybody else, you don't know how to be mature at all, even a little bit, right? When they come in here and they're like, hey, man, I demand, like, bro, is that how you talk on like, I don't even know, do you even go live? Like, do you talk like that on your live? Yeah, I talk like that to everybody. Okay, so you talk like that to everybody. So you go to everybody's live demanding like a fight, like a battle, every live you go to. Well, like, bro, I know the feeling. I used to do it when I was 12, okay? I wanted to get...
Funny you mentioned football. In high school, I played, right? And, there, our team wasn't really that good. We didn't win that much. But I was like the best defensive tackle, right? So when we played a team, and I got all these sacks and, tackles and everything, they would be mad even though they won, right?
Yeah, I know.
Because you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
I know.
Why you mad at me? You won.
I know.
And then get to mouthing off and stuff. But yeah, people share their lives with me in my DMs, right? And they want me to come on. Right. Yeah. And I'm like, you guys have the same topic. You guys are doing the same thing, going back and forth. I'm not going to be a part of that. I don't need that aggravation, or frustration. I'd rather work with peace and be mature. You know what I mean? So I feel you, bro.
Yeah. And most of them will start off that way. You understand? They'll say, okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pray before we have this, which is obviously an inevitable, how you say it? Inevitable, chaotic event, which is about to take place. But before it happens, I'm going to pray. I'm like, oh my God, bro, listen, at 99% of the time, bro. Okay, Lord, thank you for your goodness and your grace and your mercy. It doesn't matter what they say. It don't matter, because if you don't use Jesus, there's not going to be an effect towards your prayer. There's not going to be any effect at all. And then there's some that they don't even pray before, which I care less if you do or not. But they're like, all right, guys, check it out. So they have rules. Their prayer is rules. Okay, guys, look, don't interrupt. Okay. No gaslighting. Okay. If you gaslight, we're kicking you out. No straw man. And if I ask you that, you need to steel man something, you better do it. And all the rules. And within a few minutes, they're fighting. It never fails. It's always going to happen. When you're stuck on black letters history, when you're stuck there, it'll always happen. It'll always happen. So now there are people that actually will use apologetics. Okay. And apologetics is not the same as just arguing with whoever. That's not apologetics. Trying to show you know more is not apologetics. Okay. Apologetics is when someone really needs to meet Jesus and you're trying to show them that what you're doing is not the truth. Jesus is the truth. And you're trying to show how Jesus is the truth. Apologetics is not going up to someone and saying, why do you believe that Jesus is God? Show me. The Bible does not say. That's not apologetics. That's arguing. That's what that is. It's just arguing. I want to argue against what you believe. So there's hundreds of beliefs regarding every verse in the Bible. Every verse. Not just the entirety. Every verse. You can find 100 people that disagree about that verse, this verse. So why, if people are having problems with just verses, now, how much more problem you think you're going to have when you're moving to denominations? And from denominations, how many more problems are you going to have when you move to a different religion? And you keep trusting your flesh that this is going to work out right. No, it's not. It's not. Okay. Again, 30-fold, some 30, some 60, some 100. So, again, if you choose to be a 30-fold, that's fine. But if you're looking to making disciples in the 100-fold realm, there is a better way, and everybody has to choose how they want to do it. So I learned very quick on that people are here for their own motives, okay? Some people just want to be right about everything, so they go following everybody, following each other around, and they use, they're heretics, they're sending people to hell, and I'm going to go fight them. Well, you go right on ahead. I'll be making disciples. Matter of fact, when y'all are all done beating each other up, y'all all come in different days. Matter of fact, all y'all just come shadow watch. I'll wash all your feet to make you feel that you're right with God again. And then y'all go beat each other up. We'll just keep doing this and see who stops what first. I'm not going to stop making disciples, but all these people who do this, they will stop. Trust me. They'll stop because the maturity level is going to happen. If they're saved. I'm talking about people who are saved. If you're saved, it ain't going to be long. You're going to be just like Kenny. Oh, my God. I'm actually just getting tired of this. Yeah, of course you are. Your flesh gets tired of that crap. When you're saved, your flesh is done. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired and realize, you know what? I'm just going to talk about Jesus. Listen, there is nothing more refreshing than Jesus being poured on you. Nothing. I don't care what it is. All that other stuff is entertainment. The theatrics of I'm right, you're wrong. It's kind of like, just it kind of feeds something that probably shouldn't be fed. But to each his own on how exactly they do that. I'm just kind of pointing to there is a better way. And if you're not conducting anything you're doing regarding, making disciples, if you're not doing it the better way, not the best, there's no best way. Like this is the best way. No, but there's always a better way. And your job is to figure out whatever I'm doing, what's a better way? Oh, it's there. There's a better way, I promise. And to get straight to the jugular, focusing your time and energy on making disciples is the better way. All right. I used to call it the best way. That's the best way. But that comes off a little too strong. People, I'm telling you, you want to really, first of all, saying that making disciples is the better way, that already makes people mad. But you want to make them real mad, say it's the best way. So I purposely stopped saying the more excellent way. Yeah, I kind of get away from the excellent way, the best way. I stay away from that, and I at least try to say
what the Bible says.
Well, I know what the Bible says, but what I'm saying is, because I say it very often, I just say there's a better way. Now, hopefully they learn that the better way is the more excellent way. But what I'm saying is, that you don't have to get them to excellence overnight, but you can at least tell them, hey, there is a better way, okay, than what you're doing. And when they start learning a better way, they will see that it is the best, excellent way. It is, okay, and that's making disciples. But if someone says that their goal in life is not to make disciples, that's a problem. So your goal in life is just to know a lot of history and prove people wrong. And of course, they'll say, no, my goal in life, they're already doing it. They'll already start arguing with you too, right? Because they'll say, no, my goal in life is to pull people out of that. They're heretics, and I need to pull them out. And I need to, you call it whatever you want. So, how's it working out so far? How many disciples, how many have you actually brought out? Oh, I bring them out all the time. Only you know, because out of the 99% time that I see all that arguing, I don't see nobody brought to the Lord. So you can go ahead and tell everybody you bring everybody to the Lord all you want, but all I see is championship belts being moved around. That's you should have seen the battle. It's like, the new Olympian champion, and then it moves from this person to that person. So this person gets mad because they got dethroned from their carnal understanding. And then that person's like, I'm the champion now. Roar. Come on, bro. Stop it. Listen, everybody knows what they're doing. I don't have to know, but everybody on their own personal level, they know what they're doing. But if all you're doing is just being part of that circle with the championship belts being moved around, you're in the wrong kind of circle. Okay. I'm sure it's fun, entertaining. I used to play football, so I get it. Okay. I used to play all the sports, baseball, football, track. I know about the belts, trophies being moved around. I don't have to turn that into Christianity. There's probably a lot of them never played a sport. I don't know. Maybe they're not used to winning and losing, and maybe they're learning that. I don't know. I'm not going to say what they're actually doing, but what I am going to say is, if the goal is to make disciples like Jesus said, that's what you need to be doing. And if you're not doing that, but you want to, then there's a better way. The way you're doing it's not the better way, But I'm saying all that because Kenny came up here and said, he said, man, I've been dodging TikTok.
Heck yeah, man.
Been dodging
Like I said, man, I'm telling you, that stuff is annoying.
Oh,
all that challenging and fighting and all that. It's annoying.
It's for the birds. It's for the birds. It has no place in Christianity. And anytime someone tells me, what do you mean apologetic? Listen, only you know if you're actually conducting apologetics, or you've been deceived to believe what you're doing is apologetics. But it's your job to figure out, am I actually conducting apologetics or not? Is that what I'm really doing? So I focus on the better thing, and that's making disciples. And nobody is ever going to make disciples perfectly. I don't care who you are. But if if your goal though is to at least make disciples, you're at least doing the better thing. And that's what that should be your focus. Jesus said, go and make disciples. He didn't say go and win championship belts. That's not what he said, right? And some people are going to get more focused on that. And when you're focused on that, you're going to put more time and effort. You understand? So you're going to get better at what your seed time and harvest. You will get better at what you're doing. And if you're not doing the better thing, you're wasting time. You're wasting your life focusing on championship belts. All these years are going to go by. And some point, I'm telling you, you're going to realize I could have been making disciples this whole time. How many more years you want to go by? 5 more? 10? How many more? You want 30 years to go by so everybody can remember you a TikTok champion, that you're the better arguer. That's mud in the cleats. That's mud in the cleats, man. I'm going to knock them cleats off and keep on going. Be part of the beautiful feet. Be part of the beautiful feet, man. Don't be mud on the cleats. All right, let's see. Anybody got anything to say? We're going to hop around the atoms for a little bit. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is either.
I thought I missed it. Y'all didn't talk about it yet?
No, bruh.
Trot hasn't landed his plane yet.
No, I had a bunch of plans to land. I landed a bunch of them. You didn't hear none of them land? What the? Are you listening?
You landed a whole airport.
No, man. No, the whole the airport has a big old slab of concrete with a bunch of planes. They're all there. They're all there. I can't help it, man. I can't help it. It was
Your question, Jay White, about the atoms, or who had that question?
That was Dre who had the question. I ain't had no question. I was
he's not even here.
claiming. Yeah.
Unreal.
He's not even here. Yeah. Well, we don't have to talk about that then. Excuse me.
He can watch YouTube. When I miss a show, I watch YouTube. He can go to YouTube.
Oh, you're right. He can't. I think he's already behind 3 or 4. I think he's getting caught up in the championship. He's getting caught up in the championship belts.
To run back stuff.
He gets mad when I say you getting caught up in the championship belts, bro. Who's gonna win? Ding, ding, ding. Oh man, I seen an advertisement one day. It was a few weeks back. It was, it's got this song, like this fighting song in the background, and it's like so and so versus so and so. It's got like gloves. Ding, ding, ding. I was like, we're talking about God? Yes. It's like my God versus your God. I'm like, oh Lord. Elijah already won that battle. Oh.
Well, if nobody has anything, I was... Say what?
Well, it's right.
Oh, what?
You also mentioned about talking about the glorified body.
When did we talk about that?
That was yesterday.
You
told us
Dre
to
had a
study.
question. Dre had a question about it.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Is he live on YouTube today? Anyone know?
He was in other. I saw the girl come in here that he was on the live with, that was hosting. So I don't think it's still live. I don't know.
Oh, I was asking about the YouTube. Yeah, Trot's live on YouTube. So what's the question about the glorified body?
Well, he was going to explain to us about the glorified body.
Oh, like go over it?
No, he wants to know what's the purpose of the glorified body?
Oh, the purpose of it.
Because I think Dre was saying, like, we not married unto Christ until we get our glorified bodies. And I think that was what he was trying to get clarity with Trot on, that is how is we married unto him and we don't have a glorified body.
Oh.
All right, where we at?
Just saying how Dre was asking yesterday about how he was trying to get some clarity on how are we married unto Christ and we're not in our glorified bodies already.
Yeah, he gets all these ridiculous questions from these people that are trying to like disprove something. And so, Dre's like, hey, what do you think? Like, I already know he's like, hey, somebody brought this up, and so he'll ask, like, what do you think about this? But he'll come up with some weird questions sometimes. Like, where in the world you get that? And it's like, oh, well, it's a good question. No, I'm not saying Dre is saying it's a good question. I'm saying the person who is blind as a bat, okay, people who can't see hardly anything in the Bible, they think they come up with clever questions. Well, it sounds clever, just like when a child ask their mom and dad questions about the world, and you're like, no, and I always bring this up because I remember doing it. I would see steam coming out of a building, and I did it a few times until my dad's like, no, boy, clouds are made this way, and he's trying to do his best to tell me. Even though you can say that the steam going up is a type of cloud, I get that. But the point is, that building is not making all the clouds in the world, okay? That's the whole point, all right? So when I was asking him, is that where clouds come from? The answer is no. Now, the process, right, of the water going up, we get the process. So, yeah, you could say, okay, well, yeah, but I was just looking at what looks like clouds coming out. You understand? But out of ignorance, I'm thinking, oh, the clouds come out of that machine that's in the northeast side of downtown Dallas. Yeah, the whole world gets clouds from that building. No, bro, it's not true. It's not true. It may seem that way, but it's not true. So these people, when they ask questions, that's the kind of questions they ask. And it's hard to try to make them believe that, bro, all the clouds don't come. What do you mean? I'm looking right at the building. They're coming out. It's going to take a while to get someone, if an alien from another planet came here and they told you, I'm going to go to the building where the clouds come from. You're like, where the clouds come from? Where are you going? The building, all the clouds come from there. Bro, it's going to take you a minute. It's going to take you a minute to get that person to see different, okay? Because they already know what they see. They're not wrong in what they're seeing. There is a building that is shooting steam out, they look like clouds. They're not wrong for that. But for them to believe that all of them come from there, it's just not true. Just give me a second. So that I'm saying that's where these weird questions come from, right? Third Adam. If we're already the bride, how is that possible? We don't even have our glorified body. Just like it's the same thing. You see a part, but you're not understanding the entirety. Just give me a second.
I would say it's because you are the soul and you're made the bride by the Spirit, and the body's just like, the house, like the home. It's like the mansion where the bride lives with his bridegroom. That's how I would say it. And then that house no longer needs work and maintenance because there's no corruption in that house, that new house. That's how I would say it. But Paul tells us that we're chaste, that we are to be presented unto Christ, a chaste virgin, right? So that's how I would kind of see it. I guess I'm the only one in the room talking though, so. Oh, look at them all come off me.
Trying to get you so tender, bro. I just don't want to cut you off. I'm good for cutting people off. But since everybody quiet again, I am the last Adam, man. Listen, I became one with the last Adam. So whatever the last Adam is, so am I. So I know when people think of glorified bodies, they are thinking of another state of existence. Like, it's not this flesh and bone. I understand that. I understand all that. But if we are one with Christ, whatever Christ is, we are, then we cannot lessen it. If he telling us we are as he is. So how we going to say we not? That's the real question.
That's right. That's right, Jay White. But then it comes to like what, and I think Trot said this either yesterday or the day before when he was talking about when the soul of God, when we see him at his second coming, we will be like him just as he is. And that's when he was saying how the soul will transform our bodies into the glorified body. If we're his, we'll be transformed just like him. If we're not, then we'll perish.
Exactly. And then that body, I've been doing a lot of thinking on that body. If he is the head and we are the body, then how are we not one? You know what I'm saying? So that body gets deep too, because you could place that body anywhere. But if we are the body of him, then we are as he is, you know? So, amen, brother.
100%. Trout, are you stoic or you frozen? Oh,
Do what?
no. Never mind. You're moving now.
Yeah.
For a second there, it looked like it was frozen.
Yeah. So there's people that'll ask questions like, you know, when you get a glorified body, is it going to be the same body? That's what people will say. And you're like, so there's many, I've heard them all. I've heard them all, dude. You have people say, oh yeah, if you're still alive, right? Like let's say the second coming, let's just call it that. Second coming happens and you're in your body, then you're going to have the same body, but it's going to become glorified. That's what most people are going to say, okay? The other thing is, okay, well, what if you were unalived? There's no more flesh, but you have your bones. Oh, well, those same bones are going to grow flesh like the freaking movie, The Fifth Link or Fifth Element. Y'all ever seen that?
Yeah, with Chris Tucker.
Yeah, with Chris Tucker. So you have the promised girl or whoever, the one, they're all waiting on this one, and it's a lady. And I think she became unalived is what I think. And all they had was her hand, and they stuck it in the machine, and it like literally based on her hand, it made her whole, everything, bones, flesh, skin, like it made everything, and she's freaking everybody out, and she's strong and breaks out of the machine or whatever. Like they think that you're going to like come back together or something like that. And again, those come from the understanding that we already have. Like, how could this body like just become glorified? Like, what is that supposed to look like? You know, what does that mean? So, in a sense, those questions are not wrong because everybody's just trying to ask, okay, well, what's going to happen? How, if you know, what if you get cremated? I mean, man, people believe if you're cremated, you're done. People believe if you got cremated, well, there's no body. So how can you get a glorified body? Bro, if a person's cremated and they don't have bones, bro, it's done. So now the question will be, okay, so, you know, are those ashes, let's say the ashes get spread out everywhere in the world. Is God going to make every one of them little pieces come back together? And you know, it's like, is God limited to that? You know, these are the questions that people ask. So when Jesus said, if they don't worship me, these stones will. You know, if they don't worship me, these stones will. So that's what he said. So what is he saying? Like, because everything's fallen at this point, right? But these are the questions that people ask regarding glorified body, and they start getting stupid with it. And it's like, you know, if you don't have bones or a body, how can that thing, you know, the person was cremated? And so they want scripture. Well, the scripture makes it very clear that there's these two things. One is corrupted, one is incorrupted. So even if it was your same body becoming glorified, it would no longer be corrupted. Like, that part is the easiest part for me. Even if we were to take that argument that it's the same body, and if you're a cremated and those ashes God went and found every ash that got scattered, he went and found and put all of them. First of all, would that be too hard for God? I understand everybody wants to know exactly how or who, what, when, where. The details of it is not what's important. Is exactly how. The important part is what the first fruit did. What did the first fruit do? If we're supposed to be as it rose, right, from the dead. He rose from the dead, and he started appearing in some weird places in some very weird ways, but yet you could touch him. So when people argue about the body of God, they say God don't have a body. He's spirit. Okay, well, Jesus was God. He had a body, right? Do you have a body or not?
She did.
He had a body. So they're like, no, but what about the one in heaven? What about that's another thing. He's got a body. Even if his body, Jesus is the visible part. So God himself being invisible, that means he doesn't have a body because you can't see it. That's so dumb to think that. So because your physical corruptible body cannot see the body of God, he don't have one. So instead of saying my eyes cannot see him, my physical eyes, that means he don't have a body. Listen, when you're led by your emotions, by your five senses, what you can see, smell, taste, hear, feel, when you're led by that, you're led wrong. Your five senses in this world cannot comprehend God. So once you get to the point and realize that your corruptible flesh cannot look at the incorruptible, that's the first stone that you have to cross when you can be honest and say, this body is what's corrupted, this body. So if this body is corrupted, then how can this body see God? How? So because your physical body cannot see God, then now we're going to say he don't have a body. That's so dumb to even think that he don't have a body because you can't see it. Because if he had a body, we would be able to see it. Notice what they're saying. If God had a corruptible body, my corruptible body would be able to see it. Well, you just answered your question. That's why you can't see it, because you're corruptible. He's incorruptible. So that's why he made a body in the likeness of man, meaning so you can see it, but it wasn't corruptible. But God did it. It's the unthinkable. That's why it's hard for Islamic believers to believe that that was God, because he pooped. He needed deodorant. He stunk. And God doesn't need to poop. That's how stupid this gets. The Bible makes it clear he came in the likeness of a man, bro. In the likeness. When God made Adam, he made Adam in the image and likeness of himself. But because man needed to be redeemed, now he was made in the image and likeness of man. You don't see? It's backwards. It flipped. First, God made man in his image and likeness. Man fell. So in order for God to communicate properly, and I'm not just talking about just communicate like he did to people in the Old Testament. No. Fully, face to face in the way that Jesus was here. Not the face to face, the way Moses saw God face to face. Not that kind of face to face, because that's heart to heart. That's what that's referring to. Heart to heart. But here, God got on our level, and now we're able to see him. Now, everybody could see him. Okay? But he came in the likeness of a man, not the falling part of a man, and the likeness. So he can interact with us on a daily basis, second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, year by year, decade by decade. I mean, just saying, he was here every second for 30-something years. He was here. So that's not the same of what was going on in the Old Testament. He wasn't here every second for 33 years. Not like that. No, he wasn't. No, there was moments that he was speaking, but it wasn't like that. So it's not easy for the flesh, for this corruptible body, to comprehend that what God was doing in that body of Jesus. It's not easy to comprehend. But what we can say is that's exactly what he did. He
And
entered.
then he took like what, a 400-year sabbatical?
Well, yeah. But again, hey, it wasn't for him. It was, you know, like when you go back and look at that, right? This 400 years of quietness and all that, and then people are confused. Well, what was happening? How come these things weren't happening? Listen, disciples were being made, regardless if you hear about it. They were being made, right? It was just man is going to do man's thing, man. Man is going to do man's thing. So in those 400 years, you got all this crazy stuff happening, bro. In the back skirts, disciples are being made by somebody that's not out with the sword, fighting for what's right, arguing, winning all the trophies. I'm right. No, it was just some person in the background reaping wheat, planting seed, and making disciples. No loud, boistering wind. No. The sea is going to be done with. All this stuff you see on TikTok, like what Kenny brought up, that's the sea. We're not supposed to be part of the sea. Okay? We're supposed to be caught with the net, not with the hook, with the net. Someone that's caught with the net, they just want to catch more with the net. They want to catch more, right? All this stuff you see on TikTok, 90% of these quote unquote so-called apologetic people, they go to the sea with a shotgun. There's nothing but violence. And they're like, yeah, violence, take it by force. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's God's force? Is it not love? Ain't that his force? Ain't that his strength? But you think take it by force means, you know, it's kind of like people say they say that, you know, the joke said there was a man sitting under a tree with a coat on, and the cloud said to the sun, hey, I bet I can make that man take his coat off. And the sun said, I bet you can't. So the clouds started blowing. It's really wind, but they make it look like a cloud so you can see it. But he's blowing and blowing, and every time he blows harder and harder, the guy just holds on tighter and tighter. And the sun said, man, let me try. And the sun just turned on its heat. One time. And that man was like, let me get out of this coat. It's so funny. But the wind kind of force is not what makes disciples. It's the light. It's the sun. It's the heat. It's the heat that comes from God. It's that life that makes someone automatically want to make disciples and get away from the lie that Satan has been teaching, that it's about a physical sword and physical words and all these things. Listen, in this body, we have to use words, right? But your word is either a hook or it's a net. And your words need to be a net so people can come to the Lord, not just put a trophy around your belt or on your shelf in your house or whatever. Because those people that you're pleasing with all these arguments, I mean, I guess they'll tell you did a nice job. You did such a good job. Be better for you to focus on the crown in heaven by making disciples, so God himself can say to you did an amazing job, right? But the focus is not, I want the crown in heaven. That's not the focus. The Bible just talks about that, but that's not the focus. It's kind of like, you know, you being in charge of your family, right? Let's just make it simple, right? Husband, wife, let's just say 2 kids. And you want your family to understand morals of God. So you're constantly focused on morals and taking care of your family. Why? What is the reason that you want your kids to be good? What's the reason?
They can have a good life.
Right. So they can spread love also in the world, but you want them to have a better life, right? The better choices, the better life. So when you're making disciples, you have to look at it as that person you're talking to is you, right? just like you would your kid. That's me right there. And I want that kid to represent me. And the reason why I want that kid to represent me is because I'm supposed to represent the Father. So if I'm supposed to represent the Father, I need to be like the Father and make more of me, which is really making more of him. Right? So I want to go to heaven with people that, you know, you don't want to be carnal about it and say, here's a good way. How about this? I don't know if anybody here has, but sometimes if you do a good job wherever you work, they'll end up kind of putting you in charge. And you can be so good at your job, they're like, hey, you're no longer just in charge anymore. You're in charge and you're part of hiring. I already know who I'm bringing. And it ain't skin color. Let me tell you, your skin color will make you look stupid. Be careful. So I'm going to pick all my people. I've seen everyone do every color. You name every color. I've seen them do it. And I've seen every color make their people look stupid. You better pick someone that's going to do the job right. Don't pick someone because of their skin color. They will make you look wrong. Matter of fact, get you fired. So aren't you the one that brought this idiot in here? Well, yeah. And guess what? You had your chance, but you went that route. You find someone that can do the job. So it make you look good. Okay? We're talking about a job here. But I'm going to hire someone that not only do I get along with, but they can do the job. So I'm not going to look for someone that looks like me. Oh, well, I get along with them, so that's why I want. Well, that's a start, but can they do the job? And if they can't do the job, listen, be patient. You can find someone that can do the job. You start there. Can you do the job? Let me see your resume. Okay. Yeah. The other one is, well, man, he looks just like me. He listens to the same kind of music. Man, we gonna kick it. Let me see your resume. Well, he flipped burgers for 5 years, but I could teach him. Ooh, but you can teach him. You're going to be doing everything. I get it. Everybody has a different motive, but the motive has to be the company. You have to care more about that company than your feelings. You don't care about more your feelings than the company. That's why things fall apart. But in God's world is not the same as a workplace. But I can use the workplace just as an example. So if I was ever put in charge and they're like, hey, you're part of hiring. I'm like, I already know who I'm getting. Now, again, I'm not looking at skin color. I already learned that a long time ago. I learned that when I was 12. So I'm going to get someone I know that can do the job and I can count on. I'm going to call their boss. Do they show up on time? Are they ever early? What about tardiness? Man, once I get off the phone and I hear, hey, that person ain't never late. They're not only are they on time, they get there early. Okay. What else? They don't miss a beat. You give them a task. If you get a call from them, it's because they really don't know how to handle something, and it's because it's a little outrageous. It ain't going to be a normal thing. But that's who I'm hiring. I'm going to hire someone that can do the job and that I get along with. So do the job comes first. Now it's can I get along with them? So if it's, they can do the job, but I can't get along with them, I'm going to find out, well, how come I can't get along with this person? What's the issue? And whatever the issue is, it don't matter. I ain't hiring you because I'm going to work with someone I can get along with. So if I hire someone, they're great at their job and...
My heifer.
My Lord.
They didn't look at my skin color. They looked at, my performance and what I did. And it moved me up, to a manager's position. And then I could start recommending people when they needed to hire people. And that's what I did. I didn't look at the skin color. I looked at the person's their morals, their goals, and their attitude. If they're grateful, I looked at all that, and then I would suggest, hey, come over here, and I can get you on. I can get you the job. That's how I did it, and I learned that at a young age, just like Trot was saying.
Yeah, and I'm saying all that because you first work on you, right? So before you're even hired at a place, you got to go work somewhere. So you're going to be called dumb a few times, stupid, whatever. But you just grow and you learn. And from there, the growing doesn't stop. For whatever reason, let's say you leave that job, you go to another job. At this job, now you have experience. You have a resume. And they're like, hey, they said you did a great job. So let's just say at this job, you go a little bit further. Let's say this is the place, it's your first time that you're part of the hiring process. They want your input. The reason why they want your input is because they trust the way you work. They have no complaints about you. So in order for that to be true about you, surely you wouldn't bring in an idiot. And let me tell you who makes the mistake. Who makes the mistake is people that, I forgot what they call it, but they go to work and they're fake. They only become great because they know that's what's expected of them. They're not naturally great. This is a difference between a law keeper and a person who trusts Christ. See, a law keeper is someone that shows up to work. Everything's based on laws, and they do it so they can be good with the boss. Right? People who try to teach the law, they do it because that's what makes them right at the job. But a person who is naturally right will hire someone who is naturally right. But someone who's based on laws and I got to do this to fit in, I got to do this to look good, they naturally don't have good morals. Naturally, it's not there. They just do that because it makes them look good at the job. And that's the worst kind of person to be, because they will be one of the first people to hire someone because of skin color. And now you have this wrong kind of clan that is starting to grow in your company, and it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time that the laziness is going to start, because they're not hiring someone that is like themselves. They allowed someone to come in, help them with the hiring because they know how to play the game. But there are very few people that know how to play the game, and they hold that for a very long time. There's very few of them. But sometimes you can get one of them in there, and they'll just start hiring people based on what they like. Rather, if they can regardless if they can do the job good or not, they just start hiring people that they want to be around, that they think they will get along with, and or the attitude, they're not smart enough to take my job, so I'm going to hire them. When you're working for a company, you 100% take somebody that you want to be smart enough to take your job. That's what you want. You don't want someone that's going to make you look bad. You want someone where they're like, hey, man, that guy might have your job in a week. Oh, well, I'll go get another one. But everywhere you go, you're not self-centered, that everything's about you. You work for a company. They pay you to make them look good. And that's what you do. If that company decides to take someone you hired and put them in your position, didn't you do your job? Did you do your job or not?
Yes, you did it.
You did your job. Your only focus is to make that company look good. So instead of seeing it as a demotion, you should have a smile on your face that you actually helped bring someone in that was better than you. And if you can't see it that way, then that means there's still some selfishness there. It's called self-centered. And the root of all grief in people's life is self-centeredness. If you go back to anything in your life that allowed you to have grief, if you follow that grief all the way back, you will see it comes from the same root. You were being self-centered. In God's world, it's the opposite. It's not the same. It's the complete opposite. You put everybody in there. You're trying to build this company up. You want to make this company look good. And now they put someone in your position. Instead of you seeing that they could put you in a different, even a better position later on, instead of seeing that, oh man, why? So what do? They allow fear to run their life. So they hire people that is not as smart as them. And you're hurting the company. And then you lie to the company, I had to fire them. They weren't any good.
Unknown caller.
long suffering, peaceful, joyful, and grateful. You know, that's a good it's a good disposition. You know, it's a good position to be in, especially in the kingdom of God. But if we're always trying to teach people and you know, you know, correct them, but not in a godly way, but out of pride because someone knows more than another person and all that stuff. I look at all that, and I examine, and there's a lot of times I don't say anything to anybody about them, or to them, because I already see the attitude that they have towards it. We do love God and we do want to, help guide people in the right way. But if we're doing it out of our flesh and not in God's spirit, right, that's when all the commotion and chaos, really kicks in. So I feel you, Trot. I feel you.
Yeah. So I'm saying all that because, okay. So I was saying all that because when you understand this kind of principle, what I'm saying, it's a very carnal. Listen, what I'm talking about is so carnal. It's very carnal, but the root, like again, the job is carnal, everything's carnal, but the root of what I'm talking about is not self-centeredness. You're not rooted in self-centeredness. You're rooted, just like the Bible tells us. It tells us that we should be more concerned about how everybody else is doing, right? Does anybody know the verse? Let me see if I think I know where it's at.
Is that with Paul, or when they were talking about lifting each other up? If
which one? Give me a few keywords.
Yeah, no, it
doesn't.
My heifer.
Yeah. Okay. So, even though the example I'm giving is very carnal, right? Your job, your work, all these things, but the root of who you are, you shouldn't be rooted in self-centeredness. Self-centeredness is this very preserve. I need to preserve everything for me. It's a very a Satan way to look at it. So the verse that I'm talking about is let's see.
I got one in Philippians 2:3.
Read it.
Okay, let nothing be done through strife and vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so what does it say? Read that last sentence again.
Let each. Sorry, which one? My bad. Let.
You're muted, Nina.
Can you hear me? No, I got a call. It says, but in lowliness in mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
All right, now go look at that word esteem in the Greek. That's just one of them. There's a few more.
Say your life goal.
Do what?
Okay. So
Isn't
your life goal.
Isn't there one talking about exhortation?
Yeah, hold on a second. Live goal. What about the live goal, Jordan? What?
I was just saying update it.
It's already updated.
It says it's achieved on my side.
Does anybody see the live goal not achieved?
It's good.
What do you mean it's good? What does that mean?
There's things to be filled.
Does it need to listen? Does it need to be redone, or is it still waiting to be achieved?
Not full, brother.
I was saying do a new one.
It is a new one, Jordan. Your screen.
Yeah, it's you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's why I was like, what? What are you talking about? But that's why I had to ask other people. Yeah. So, did you look up the word? Anybody? Nina?
I'm getting there right now. What kind of device? You wanted which word? Lowly?
Esteem.
Sorry. Esteem. My bad.
In the Greek.
Esteem. All right. It says, let esteem. It's a together. Let esteem. It says to lead, go before, to be a leader, ruler.
All right, so let's just say to be a leader. Now read that again and use the words be a leader.
All right, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each lead.
Be a leader.
Be a leader, other better than themselves.
So does everybody understand what that means? Nobody knows what that means? Everybody get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a leader.
Yeah, so you're saying you should be looking out more for others than yourself.
Right.
Right? So the Bible points out in so many ways that when you become saved and born again, your heart changes. You actually are looking for the best of everyone around you, not the worst. And he explains what the worst is before he talks about being a leader. So read the whole thing again.
Can you tell me the chapter, please?
It's Ephesians 2:3. Let nothing be done through strife.
All right, right there. Hold on. Let nothing be done. It says nothing. Does it say let some things or nothing?
No, it says nothing.
Okay, so let nothing be done with strife. TikTok. Let nothing be done with strife or what?
Vainglory.
Vainglory, right? WWE title belt. What else?
But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
Okay, so are you really thinking about other people when you're just arguing about the same crap every day? Are you really thinking about other people?
No, not
I can't tell you how many times that we have idiots come in here, and I'm going to say it this way because I don't think people really see what I'm doing. You got these idiots that come in here and they're like, I'm here to challenge you for your WWE belt. And I'm like, hey, bro, have a good day. Click. And you're running. No, bro. No. No, I care more about you than you think. That's why I'm kicking you out. It's not because I'm scared to debate or argue. Listen, somebody be honest with me. Does anybody here have to learn how to argue or debate? Somebody, let me see. Who doesn't know how to do that? Huh? Somebody. Does everybody here know how to? Who here doesn't know how to act like an idiot? If you, matter of fact,
I don't.
Okay, you don't. All right. Well, everybody else here knows how to act like an idiot except for Nina. All right.
I'll debate you on that, Trot.
Now, I'm sure you would. The point is, how are you in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s, for God's sakes, and you haven't learned that how your stupid young butt taught you how to act, you still think that's the way? You don't see a problem with that? So people will tell you, when I was in my early 20s, I was such an idiot. Then why are you still listening to him or her? Why? If you know you were an idiot back then, why do you still think that's the way to do it? So they come up in here as a 30, 50, 60-year-old, whatever, and they still haven't figured out. They still haven't figured out that the person that you say, oh, I used to be young and dumb. Oh, I used to be. You still are. What are you talking about? So you may not steal, unalive, rob. Okay, you may not do the level 10 things, but the level 2 things, you still do it. Going around, I'm going to take the belt. I'm going to take the belt from you. Hey, I demand you. I got questions. You're still acting like the 20-year-old stupid idiot that you used to be, who you claim you hate, but yet here he is again. Here he is again. And I see it, and I'm like, nope, have a good day. I'm not going to be part of making you look more stupid than you already look. I'm not going to be part of it. I've seen it. I've seen it time and time again, and it's not even just the Bible. It's not even just the Bible. I've seen it where I can tell 100% I have to be the leader here. I have to be the leader. I hate it. Why do I always got to? Can someone lead me for instance, please? At some point, can someone just come lead me? Why do I always have to be the big one, the big guy? Why do I always got to act like the adult? People probably ask, man, he just calls people stupid. I mean, can I just have fun too? Why do I always got to be the leader? Why do I always got to be the one in charge? I fully understand it as much as I can when God said he looked and he just couldn't find a man. I see it every day, more and more. I see it every day. Who in the heck was he going to use? Who in the heck was he?
So he said Trot.
No,
See, I told you Trot.
No, I'm talking about he couldn't find some.
I know, bro.
Yeah. But I'm saying I get it more and more. I get it because when people become born again, the old them, they corrupted their mind so much that it's going to take a long time to get them on track. A long time. But they come in here and all they want to do is fight, envy, and they lie and say, no, I just have questions. You're a liar, bro. You're lying. You don't have questions. No, you don't. You want to debate, argue, and fight. That's it. But they have to lie because if they tell you, well, yeah, I want to argue and debate, they think they're just going to get dropped. But they don't know that there are people that can discern you're freaking lying. So if somebody says, but I wasn't lying, okay, my bad. You're 1 out of 10,000 that told the truth. Well, guess what? You need to have a better approach. You need to have a better approach because you came in here nuts.
Hey, Trot, where didn't Jesus mention something about that too?
Well, yeah, of course he did. Yeah, he mentions it everywhere. But what I'm saying is we only need one. There's some people they need 50,000. Listen, we only need one verse. The one that Nita brought up, Paul is bringing that up because that's what people were doing. They were arguing, envying, and strife. That's all they're doing. And he said, you need to be a leader and you need to be looking out for other people's receiving a benefit over yourself. Let me just say this. I'm an educated dude. Trust me when I tell you I can go find something better to do in my time than be making disciples. I put money on it. And when I say finding something better to do, I'm talking about in the flesh. Yeah. being retired, you don't think I just want to go fishing all day? I know how to do it. You don't think I want to go hunting every night? I know how to do that. I'm telling you, the skill to go do other things I already have. I can go learn how to play the cello better. You understand? I can learn I can go do stuff. I'm not dumb, but for some reason, I just find it more beneficial for me understanding the verse that Nina read, that there are people that you just need to tell yourself there are people that need someone to say they need to get some benefit out of the Bible, whoever they are. And God will show you who they are for you. He'll show you. And then you have to tell yourself, once you meet these people, are you going to give freely as it was given to you, meaning the time that you know that you have in this world.
Unknown caller.
The belt, it's imprinted on him from all the lashings that he gets.
Yeah, it's in my skin.
He's one with his belt.
The belt can never be removed.
Christian is a great example of harnessing your emotions. Sometimes.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. So the verse that Nina brought up.
Trust, like, all right, so we can't.
No, because I need to finish this because I gotta hop off. So, but I'm saying all this. Does anybody even know why I talked about all that for an hour? Does anybody know?
Yeah, because I brought up all the commotion and chaos.
No,
a lot of these are lies, wasn't it?
No,
that's not what it was.
No,
Okay.
now well, it's feeding into that, but if you can
We
go.
started with the glorified body, Adam.
But my question is, why did I talk about the root of you? What, does anybody know why I spoke?
That's the image and likeness.
Yeah, but what's the reason that I talked about who I'm picking to work with and all the stuff that I talked about in an hour for what? Nobody.
Because the root of you shows which Adam you are.
Yeah, but the whole reason I said what I said was because everything that we're talking about, there's a lot of topics that we're talking. I'm bringing all of them into one, and part of it is because Kenny brought up how people act on TikTok and all this other stuff, and I took all that, and I was showing that why it's better to make disciples, why it's better, because our job right now is to prepare people to go to heaven.
Amen.
And what is the point of wasting how this world says that you're supposed to be the champion? I'm going to win out all the arguments regarding the Bible. What's the point of that when the goal is for us to, you're not going to be doing that in heaven. So when people say, well, I do it to get them to heaven, there's a better way. Even if you think that's a good way, there's a better way. Making disciples, pouring yourself into them so their heart can be developed more and more. Their heart is not being developed because you're winning arguments. So just like everything that I'm bringing up, preparing, being a leader and taking care of someone else's heart, so when they get to heaven, there's more to work on. They won't be such babies running around. Listen, it would be better for all of us to be adults and sitting in the classroom and learning more from God than I got to pick up 4 or 5 babies when I get there because there's too many babies and there's still less. So I'm going to be babysitting when I get to heaven because all you did when you were here is argue with everybody. So when we get to heaven, I'm going to have to pick you up and body feed you up there because you didn't want to do it here. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if the Bible says seed time and harvest, you think when you get to heaven, you're just going to have a full harvest? You understand?
It says you'll reveal all things.
All right. Christian, why is Paul
Christian gets a double sigh?
Why is Paul going to have a big crown? Because if he reveals all things, then what does the crowns matter, Christian?
Well, because
so Paul can brag about how good he was on earth?
No.
Okay, then what?
That's not what I'm saying.
Or is it because he learned a lot and he's going to be able to teach? Are we going to learn in heaven?
He learned a lot.
Are we going to learn? So are we going to learn in heaven? Are we going to stop? So once the earth is done, we're not going to learn nothing no more?
No, we're going to learn.
No, that's not true. We're still going to learn.
Right. So who's going to be teaching?
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. Is he still going to use us to teach?
Well, if angels are ministering spirits, then I assume that we would be the same thing.
All right, I'll tell you what.
In terms of ministering and teaching?
I'll tell you what. We'll pick up on that tomorrow. So y'all need to go study. When we get to heaven, is anybody going to be teaching anybody? Or all of us became same level and we all sit under Jesus?
We're going to teach you.
Okay, so the knowledge of all things will be revealed to us.
Yeah,
when
it'll be
we get to heaven,
right.
right?
It'll be revealed by who, and what pace? All at one time?
By the Spirit.
Well, of course, but that's
right.
Well, that's happening here. Isn't the Spirit revealing now?
Yes.
Yeah, but not everything.
Well, I'm not saying everything, but again, everything based on what pace. What pace? So when we get to heaven, we're going to sit in a chair, and it's going to be like the Matrix. Like everybody will know everything at the exact same time. So then why are we learning? If everything is understood, then there's nothing else to teach. Then not even God could teach us, because we just learned everything in a second. Or maybe y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Or maybe that's why we need to go over it tomorrow. There's questions that people are going to...
I agree with the second part.
What I'm saying is people are going to ask these questions. So it's always... The easy answer is always, God's going to teach us. Well, no, duh. no, duh. God's going to teach us. But how? Are we still going to be teaching each other? Are we all going to be sitting down? Is everybody going to be sitting down and God is teaching us? I'm not being serious about the setting. I'm not saying there's going to be a schoolroom. That's not the point I'm making. I'm saying you need to start asking yourself, how is this going to happen? How?
It'll probably be just like it is here, but without corruption and sin.
But like, that's what that parable's about, right, Trot? When he says, "Oh, you wicked servant, you didn't even put my money in the bank to gain interest," and I figured that's what Paul's living into. He's giving the news. The question I'm asking is, how are we learning in heaven? Is there anything to learn in heaven? If so, are we going to be teaching each other at all? Or is everybody going to sit down and Jesus is going to be the teacher and we're not going to teach each other nothing? You understand?
We're going to be teaching each other, brother.
Well, we'll let everybody marinate on it, okay? Let everybody marinate on it, right? So I will say it's quite funny that people think that we get to heaven, we're just going to be running around naked eating fruit off trees. Like, that's not the life that you think you're going to be having. It's not going to be like that. So y'all do some studying. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But the point I'm making is you should be helping other people develop, becoming developed. And sometimes it's not easy to do because of the time. So, some of us only have so much time in this world. But if you knew how precious this time was, instead of wasting it arguing like a bunch of buffoons, you would be making disciples. Teaching people more history and history is not making disciples. I don't care what you say. No, it's not. So, impart then knowledge will be imparted. Benny going straight to the jugular. Yeah, we know impart, then knowledge will be imparted. Yeah, but the question is, how? Is God going to use us? Or is he going to say, okay, all y'all sit down. None of y'all learn nothing while you were on earth. Or is he going to say, hey, you come here, and you come here, because you already have a lot developed, and this is what we're going to do from here out. Or none of y'all have nothing developed. All of y'all have just a blade, and so now I got to take it from here. So the Bible tells us that God gives the increase while we're here, but he uses people, right, to give the increase.
Amen.
All right, so you have to ask yourself, when we get to heaven, is he still using us to give the increase, or he moves us out the way? But I thought he was already doing it.
He's still going to use us.
All right, well, we'll go over it tomorrow. Right now, I'm just asking questions because these are the questions that people ask. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. Matter of fact, let me write this.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
Do you think the testimonies of our lives that we leave behind is still teaching others, how to go when people remember us and our testimonies, and they're still here, right?
Yeah, the testimony
they grow from that too.
Yeah, because Paul still teaches today, right? Paul may not be here physically, but in that word that is written down, when we pick it up and read it, he teaches today. So whatever we leave behind, people can still learn from it, right? If you instill the truth of Christ in your kids will instill it into their kids. So if you don't put any truth in anybody and you just put lies, then that's what your kids are going to teach, so on and so forth. Right?
Amen.
Try. Can you please repeat the question you want us to answer tomorrow?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Thank you.
All right. So this is what we're going over tomorrow. Okay. It's not just a mere question. All right. So it's do we still learn in heaven? All right. If so, by who? Right. Because here on earth, the Bible teaches us that God gives the increase, but he gives the increase using man. So, will God still use man this way in heaven? If so, why or why not? That's what we're going over tomorrow. All right, everybody got it? Everybody got it.
Yep.
Because this question people are going to ask you, are we still going to learn in heaven? They're going to ask you, if so, who? Is it going to be us? Is it going to be God directly? This is the question they ask. But the Bible says, Paul tells us that it's God that gives the increase. But he uses man to do it here. So the question is he still going to be using man in heaven? So, don't say yes or no. Just think about it. Don't say yes or no. Just think about it. And whatever you choose to be the answer, if he's still going to use man or not, whichever one you choose, why or why not? So if you say, yes, he's going to use man, why do you say that? You got to be able to bring something from the Bible that is a why or a why not. There's got to be something from the Bible that answering the question yes or no is not good enough. All right, everybody got it? We good?
Got it.
All right.
See you later, bro.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, anybody got anything else to say before we go? Say it now. Forever hold your peace.
Have a great day. Love you all.
All right, guys. God bless. See y'all tomorrow morning.